the suppression of the use of marijuana and of the forces lurking behind it are the most important jobs this department is now engaged in. In 1930, the records on marijuana in the Washington office of the Narcotics Division scarcely filled a small folder like this. Today, they fill cabinets.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Coloradians and everyone that's smart enough to listen from the outside.
One of the most amazing plants we've ever discovered.
The pot party, the trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
I got weed pots.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Stoned Appetit. With your host, as always, it's me, Kip, and the gains are pumping. Across from me, we're sitting patio vibes today. We're coming to you from the lovely RiNo neighborhood, sitting on the patio at Super Mega BN. CB, how are you, brother?
I'm sipping on a cocktail, and it's noon. I'm doing fucking fantastic.
It's your day off, so for the industry lovers out there, we're just having a nice casual patio sesh. But the best part about this patio sesh, it isn't the cocktail that you're drinking right this moment.
Not at all.
It's the two guests that are sitting to our lefts and rights. That's right, we have our great white buffalo, the restaurateur and now mezcal aficionado, the woman who has eluded us for 2.5 years on this podcast. We have the one, the only Loca, a.k.a. Dana Rodriguez.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
I was hoping that you say when he asked you, how are you doing? Super mega bien. Damn it.
Fuck.
You missed it.
Have you done a podcast before?
Do you
No.
want to be my co-host for now?
He's been trying, but sorry.
Okay. That's what's going to make this so great. And we're not alone. It's not just us three. We have your partner in crime, the CEO and co-founder of Dona Loca Mezcal, Miss Karen Answorth. How are you, Miss Ashworth? Fuck. That's what I get for going off the list. Miss Ashworth, how are you today?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I'm doing well. I didn't mean to be super enthusiastic for Loca. I'm stoked to party with you today. We're going to become really good.
Good. Well, Loca's great.
I know, right?
Can't deny it.
And I love tequila, so already we're off to a good start.
Yeah, we're going to be
Yeah, I
really
see that
good.
cocktail disappearing rather quickly.
There's a lot of ice
It's really
in there.
thirsty.
There's a lot of ice.
Well,
It's hot
It
out.
was a purpose for that.
Yeah. Loca didn't want to get you that shit face before the episode starts. But before this episode does start, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. You know, we sit in the RiNo neighborhood. Our partners are right down the street. The team at Callie's Cannabis have opened up 2 new locations. I've hammered this point home to every listener and every follower on social media, but it is fantastic cannabis. It's possibly the best weed you can get from a commercial standpoint. If you're not buying black market, you need to be buying from Callie's. You can check out, they have daily deals. Go to their website, shopcallies.com, or check them out on Instagram at SHOPPECALLIES. That's Shop Callies. That's their Instagram page. They have pictures of the flower. They have their daily deals. You've seen it on our Instagram page. But with their new locations in Denver, we're super fired up to be partnered up with them because not only do they look after those in our industry, but they're also looking out for those in their own. And so they only put out the best quality stuff and giving deals to everyone on a weekly basis. So go check them out. Check out their website for hours and locations. New location, 31st and Larimer. And then they got the one at 8th and Kenosha Court that just opened as well. Fantastic people, fantastic bud. Shout out Callie's Cannabis.
You're getting better and better with each ad read.
I mean, after 200 episodes, Chris, I fucking better be good at this.
Let's get back to it.
Yes. Okay. So, ladies, we like to start every episode the same way. And it's just to kind of break the ice, kind of get to know y'all a little bit. Chris, do the honors and get this party started.
All right. So we'll start with you, Dana. Are you a transplant or a native to Colorado?
Transplant.
Where are we coming from?
Chihuahua, Mexico.
Chihuahua.
All right. So for those that are not geographically inclined to know where anything is outside of Mississippi and Colorado, where is that?
It is the border with El Paso.
Okay.
It is.
West
It is
side,
the
close.
fun. Yes,
Gotcha.
it is the fun border to go and get so much
Party bug?
things on the black market.
Ah!
Yeah.
Shout out to the pills and the pharmacies.
Get a lot of leather and sotol.
Yes. Yes.
Sotol.
That will be the next one, baby.
Is this a bilingual podcast now? Did you just use Spanish right there?
I did a little bit.
Way to go.
Pequeño.
Spanglish.
See,
Oh, that's back
That's
to
a
back.
good movie.
Yeah, that's
I'll take it.
it's not.
So, how long? What brought you to real quick? How'd you get to Colorado, and what do you love about this place?
Running fucking fast, baby.
Running fucking fast.
From the authorities?
I know. Yes, I'm like, oh shit.
And hiding from them here as well.
INS is behind me. Fucking run, bitch. No, I moved here in 1998. It was like the hardest part on the border at the time, 1990s. It was really dangerous to live there, and I have 3 daughters, so I'm like, I need to move from here. So I land here in Colorado. I have family in Chicago, Utah, and here. So I kind of check things up, and I'm one of those that always say, if they hire me, it's a sign. I stay here. So I apply as a dishwasher at Panzano in 1998. That was the opening of the Monaco and Panzano restaurant.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So they hired me, and I'm like, fuck, I got to stay here. And here I am.
Hell yeah.
That was
crazy.
a very long, short story.
No,
Yeah.
Well, first off, didn't know Panzano had been around for that long, but also, you've been here since kind of before the boom of Colorado. So we're going to have to kind of get your what the vibe looks like as you now are a multi-restaurant proprietor in town. You probably have seen the whole change like firsthand. That's
Yeah.
pretty exciting.
I'm ready to go back to Mexico, baby.
I'm going with you.
If that means something.
I'm coming with you.
Right?
Yeah. Well, we're not going alone, and I think that we need to bring Karen in on this conversation as well. I mentioned that she's the co-founder and CEO of Dona Loca Mezcal and Tequila, but are you a Coloradan? Are you a transplant or a native, Karen?
Well, I guess officially I moved here at 17, so if I'm underage, that makes me sort of a native, right?
I mean,
San Francisco area to Colorado.
Oh,
no.
hell no,
It's
you're
the-
not a native. I'm going to speak for the natives.
Yeah.
Nah.
There we
He's
go.
not a native either.
I'm not a native
No.
either. I'm from Alabama.
Oh, so speak for the natives.
What we have learned, though, is that those natives are very pretentious about who they give those stickers to.
That's
And my
true.
next question will be, if you moved here at 17, what color was your Subaru?
No car. I wasn't allowed to bring a car.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, no
From
money.
San Fran?
Yeah, I walked.
Flowers in your hair?
Flowers in my hair. Creative initiative.
Yeah.
No, I went to college here.
Okay.
Got into Cal Berkeley, got into CU 2 days later, and went, I'm going to Colorado.
That's like picking between like fresh
move.
granola or like truly organic granola. That's
I
a
know.
big
It was the Berkeley of the Rockies back then. I kind of think it still is.
It may be a little bit. I mean, you would probably know better than I. What did Boulder look like in 1991?
It was a little before that, but 1991. That was
They
a very
can't
good
see
year.
us, Karen.
A little bit more shitty than now.
They
Fucking
can't see my
Devin's
very,
taking pictures.
That's why I
very
thrive
blonde
on
hair.
radio.
I know.
Yeah, that's when we stick to podcasting.
It was
We're
a
not
little bit
hands.
smaller and a lot more granola.
Was
a
it?
lot more granola.
I
It was
bet the
great.
weed wasn't as good.
Weed was good.
Was it?
Yeah.
What you knew
Yeah,
at the
of course.
time.
Yeah, I guess.
I thought the weed was good in Alabama, too.
Ventimiglia from
Everything
Northern
was
California
golden
was the
goat.
best stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Good old NorCal.
So did you fall in love with Colorado and just never want to leave?
Yeah, we came here my parents brought us here as kids, and we drove into the Rocky Mountains, and I looked at my parents at age 10 and said, I'm moving here. And they're like, you're 10. I said, no, I'm moving here. They said, you're 10. I said, again, I'm moving here. So when I got into Cal, which was in-state, and CU, which was way out of state, they said, no car, no allowance, no nothing, student loans, you're on your own. So,
You excommunicado, John Wick style?
not quite that bad, but yeah.
They
It was
were like-
okay. It was worth it.
Were
It
y'all
was
like a
worth it.
family full of Cal Bears, and they were all just
Yeah.
like, "Oh my
How
God, she's
dare you."
not going to go to school 30 minutes down the."
That out-of-state tuition?
Yeah.
Good
Now, I
luck.
will say, I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
you made the right choice as a Colorado-based podcast. Fuck California,
Right.
in all capacities. They can quite literally suck it. But at the
Hey,
same, I mean, no, it's a Colorado.
That's still my hometown.
But yeah, as a Colorado,
But you love
podcast,
Colorado.
It's
I do.
Texas.
That's why you
and
want to move at 10.
Californians are the two that we have to hate. That's like it comes with the territory.
Texas, yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah, and
I'll
I feel
go
like the
with that.
Californians, they're buying all the houses sight unseen,
I
50K
know.
over asking, cash offers. You're like, no, seriously, fuck them.
Yep.
Yeah, the first time since 1850 they've had a negative population growth last
Right?
year.
And
First time.
U-Hauls, they can't even keep them in because everyone's one way and them out to fucking Texas. Going to
That's right.
Austin.
There's
Nashville.
rental cars.
Yeah. Well, what made you want to stay? I mean, honestly, you fell in love, but was it a professional thing, or were you just like, I'll find my niche once I know it?
You know, I ended up going back to San Francisco after I graduated for a couple of years.
Okay.
Then we started a company. I started my own company, and we moved to Jackson Hole, Wyoming for about 10 years.
Solid choice.
What was
Yeah.
that company?
king of the mountain sports. We made wool camouflage clothing for hunters and military. And we started from a concept on our kitchen table. Built it to multi-million-dollar company. Still being run by my ex-partner. So
And we're in Jackson Hole. That's
we're in
fucking
Jackson
sweet.
Hole. It was really nice. Two
Yeah.
of my 3 sons were born there, so we love Jackson.
Oh,
Then
good
we came
times
back-
were had.
Yeah, you love it.
Really?
Good times were had. Yeah.
And I mean, to be fair, we all kind of had that mindset of change things up from where we were, and then we knew that this place was home. You know, like
Yeah.
grew up skiing here,
Yep.
and I had the same thing. I got kicked out of college. I applied to be a ski bum at A Basin, and my dad kind of gave me that. You just got kicked out of college. You're not going to go fucking work on the mountains and like semi still live off of me. Get your ass a job. And so as soon as I could, I moved my ass out here on my own.
And I
So
think that's why all of us come here.
Great
There's mountains
minds
right
think
here.
alike.
Yeah. Yeah. There's mountains. They call you. I'm going camping tonight.
Are you? Well, we won't keep y'all too terribly long. That's a lie. But we do have another thing in common. Besides the mountains calling us, so is mezcal. And I need to know, obviously, Dana, or do you want me to call you Dana? It feels weird calling you.
Loca.
Loca?
Yeah.
Okay. Loca.
You know that.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So obviously you have that intimate knowledge of the restaurant industry and of obviously mezcal. How did we find ourselves in making this relationship of creating a mezcal company? Like, let's start from the beginning, ladies. Give us the nitty gritty.
You know what? The one of the most important things to me is always I'm very proud of. I started as a dishwasher. I learned everything working for other companies. The first one, it was Rioja that they gave me the opportunity to be the sous chef and business partner. So I put whatever I saved in those years that I were working very hard, and then that was the first one that I feel like I have something. And then 9 years later, almost 9, it's Working Class. We create that one. And then almost 4 years ago, this one. So my goal, especially for me and Tony in the restaurant, he was on the bar when I was the dishwasher at Panzano. That's how we met. And we always say we're going to have a food truck, a taco stand, or something together. And what we wanted to do is to create the opposite of what we learned from industry. We wanted to give everything that other people can give to the employees. And if it was something good, then we learn from that too. So we try to learn from good and bad and make it better, I guess. And I think that's always my priority, right? My employees, they have a fun place that they love. You know, like you say, this is home. This is home. Like coming to the restaurant every day.
It's so much fun in
it's-
here.
it's-
Everyone
it's
enjoys
home.
being around each other and like working with
Yeah.
one another. It's a family.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think that's what I think you see every time you go into Working Class, and that's why I fucking love it. And like anytime I have out of town guests coming in, and we're just thinking of like, where's a fun place we can go and just have some good drinks and like share a bunch of different food, get meats and stuff. I'm like Working Class.
And the
Set it
Peking
up.
duck at S&B slaps too.
I know those. And this one is
That's
fun with the
playing-
dim sum. You know, like people just grab their own things and all of that.
Pre-COVID, it was a lot more fun.
Yes,
You know,
yeah.
We were all a more
Oh
here,
yeah.
weren't we?
Now it's just like fuck it, let's do it again.
Yeah.
Actually, we started yesterday. It was an official day to bring the dim sum back.
Hell
so
yeah. So
we're
for those that are listening, they used to have the dim sum cart at S&B. It is officially back, which brings back a little bit of the vibe of being able to shop with your eyes. Instead
Yep.
of reading, it's much like us using Instagram instead of Twitter. It's much sexier.
It
when you can
is.
see it. You
yeah,
know what I'm talking
yeah,
about?
it is, and it's an experience, and that's what we wanted to create to Super Mega. So always talking about that, I always think about. I hear over the years, for 23 years in the restaurant industry, people talking about sustainable food. Like they ask me, like, Dana, we don't advertise. You know, my menus are so simple. I get everything from Colorado: goat, lamb, fish. But I don't advertise. I'm not one of those that wanted to list every single thing on the menu. It's just about giving a good experience and quality food, and keep it affordable. So those are always our goals in our restaurant. So people came to we have open kitchens, like, what is my fish from? What is my lamb from? What is, like, they always care so much for food, and they never ask. When they sit on the bar, either they get shit-faced with shitty product because they don't know any better, or they want the most expensive bottle because they think, oh, that's the shit, that's the best thing. But no one ever asked, like, what is this from? Like, is this good people supporting the land, supporting the people who do the hard work? No one ever asked those things on the bar. That's when I'm like, well, I think it's time to start doing something like that, right? Obviously, I know Scott is our third partner. He's the guy who kind of started the whole thing. I used to be the catering for his events. And one day, he's just put some tequila in his